I'm going to make what I call APC, which is all-purpose cleaner. I'm going to make that with 1/3 of a bottle of isopropyl alcohol. In America, most people have a bottle of this in their medicine cabinet. I'm using 70% strength, and I'm going to fill up 1/3 of the bottle with that. I'm going to add 5 or 6 drops of Dawn dish soap, and then I'm going to fill the rest with water. It won't suds up because the alcohol prevents the soap from making suds. If you don't have rubbing alcohol or you just don't want to use rubbing alcohol, you can mix bleach with water in a ratio of 1 teaspoon of bleach per 1 cup of water. I think this is important for people in countries that aren't the US because I've been told by several people who live in the UK that isopropyl alcohol is not readily available, and when you do find it, it's extremely expensive. In the US, it's super cheap. Now, if you're looking to sanitize, I would suggest the bleach mixture, because in order to sanitize a counter with alcohol, you would just use straight 70% alcohol, and that's enough to kill germs. There's only 2 places in a house that I really like to sanitize. One is the toilet and bathroom sink. The other one is anywhere that food touches in a kitchen, and I don't do that every day. I do that like once a week, because it's been brought up before in comments that your body has an immune system and it can handle things like that, and that is true. But also bacteria multiplies, and over the course of a week, it can get pretty nasty if you're not keeping up with it. So just to be on the safe side, I don't want to eat E. coli, so I sanitize any area that food comes in contact with. And then as I'm doing it, I usually taunt the E. coli and say, "Suck it, E. coli, now you're all gonna die. You're gonna die." And then they start crying. I'm like, "Don't cry, just die, E. coli." And then they do. But I bring that up because the mixture that I'm using is not really a sanitizing spray. It's used to just clean. And I think for the most part, as a daily cleaner, this is perfect. Now, that doesn't mean that I use it daily. I use it whenever the kitchen gets really dirty, or if you're going to go on a schedule, do it once per week. I live alone, and once per week is way more than I need to do. If you have kids or you have multiple people in your household, you may want to do this every few days. And all you do to use this is spray it on, let it set for maybe a half a minute, and then wipe it off. I usually follow that up with either a microfiber, an ultra microfiber, or a paper towel to dry it. And that not only prevents streaks, but it gets anything off of the counter. Like I don't like to have alcohol sitting on a counter for a long period of time. The things you don't want to use this on is wood. For wood, just use dish soap, or even just a damp cloth would be fine. Or a cleaner that's meant for wood like Pledge, Liquid Gold, Old English. Personally, I found that just a damp cloth and then drying it off is totally fine for most wood.